Although narcissists are a popular topic these days, lies about narcissism persist in our common wisdom about relationships, families, and social institutions. The lies we tell ourselves and our children may seem reassuring or convenient, but they enable abusers and perpetuate trauma at all levels of society. This video reviews 7 lies about narcissism we like to tell ourselves. Lie number 1: narcissism is just excessive self-love. The initial misconception we often hold is that narcissism merely involves excessive self-love. In reality, narcissistic personality disorder encompasses much more. It's marked by an absence of empathy, a continual craving for admiration, and manipulating others to fulfill personal needs. At its core, narcissism lacks genuine empathy for others. Despite surface charm, narcissists struggle to grasp and connect with others' emotions, often resorting to manipulation, prioritizing their desires over others' feelings. Furthermore, narcissists constantly crave admiration and attention. It's beyond self-validation; they require others to affirm their self-worth. This unending thirst can lead to attention-seeking actions, even at the expense of others. Clearly, narcissism transcends self-love. It's a complex interplay of self-importance, lack of empathy, an unceasing need for admiration, and manipulative tendencies. Lie number 2: narcissists are always loud and arrogant. The common misconception assumes that all narcissists exhibit traits of being loud, arrogant, and showy. While some individuals with narcissistic tendencies do display these characteristics, it's vital to understand that many narcissists can also possess charm, charisma, and even introverted qualities. Additionally, their manipulation tactics may not always be blatant or easily recognizable. Narcissism doesn't always manifest as obvious bragging or overt arrogance. Some narcissists have a knack for being charismatic and charming, drawing people in with their magnetic personality. This facade can make it challenging to identify their manipulative behaviors early on. Introverted narcissists, for instance, may not display their traits outwardly. Instead, they might focus on using more subtle methods to gain attention and control in social situations. It's important to remember that the spectrum of narcissistic traits is wide-ranging. Some narcissists may exploit others through covert manipulation, playing on emotions and vulnerabilities rather than overtly domineering behaviors. Lie number 3: narcissism is just a surface-level problem. Contrarily, narcissism frequently originates from profound insecurities and can significantly influence various facets of an individual's life, encompassing relationships, work, and mental well-being. Narcissism is far from being just a shallow trait. It often masks underlying feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies may overcompensate for these insecurities by seeking constant validation and admiration. These deep-rooted insecurities can have far-reaching consequences. In relationships, narcissism may lead to difficulties in forming genuine emotional connections, as their focus remains on fulfilling their own needs rather than understanding their partner's feelings. Furthermore, in work environments, narcissists might struggle with teamwork and collaboration, as their need for recognition and control can hinder cooperation with colleagues. Behind the facade of self-assuredness, narcissists might experience internal turmoil, anxiety, and even depression stemming from their inability to maintain the constant validation they seek. Understanding that narcissism is rooted in deeper insecurities helps us see beyond the surface. Its impact on relationships, work dynamics, and mental health underscores its complexity, highlighting the need for compassion and effective interventions. Lie number 4: narcissism is easy to spot. While certain signs exist, it's important to acknowledge that identifying narcissists isn't always easy. They possess a remarkable ability to conceal their true nature, particularly during the initial phases of a relationship, which can complicate the recognition of warning signs. Narcissists are adept at presenting a facade that aligns with what others want to see. They often exhibit charm, attentiveness, and affability, making it hard to discern their underlying motives. During the initial stages of a relationship or interaction, narcissists might actively seek to win others over, creating an illusion of compatibility and empathy. This can lead to doubts when contradictory behaviors start to emerge. Red flags might appear more prominently as the relationship progresses and the narcissist's need for control and validation becomes more apparent. However, even then, their manipulation and gaslighting can cause confusion. Recognizing narcissistic behavior requires a keen understanding of the subtleties behind their actions. Being patient, observant, and focusing on consistent patterns over time are essential in distinguishing genuine personalities from those veiled by narcissistic tendencies. Lie number 5: narcissism is always a choice. Lie number 5 challenges the notion that narcissism is solely a conscious decision. While some individuals may adopt narcissistic traits knowingly, it's important to recognize that genetics and early life experiences hold substantial influence over the development of narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissism's roots often extend beyond a mere choice. Scientific studies indicate a hereditary component, suggesting that genetic factors contribute to predispositions for narcissistic traits. Furthermore, childhood experiences play a pivotal role. Individuals raised in environments that lack empathy or overemphasize self-importance might develop narcissistic coping mechanisms as a response to these early dynamics. While some individuals may adopt narcissism as a conscious strategy, many grapple with internal conflicts tied to their upbringing and genetic predispositions. Understanding the intricate interplay between genetics and environment provides a more compassionate lens through which to view individuals exhibiting narcissistic traits. It highlights the significance of early intervention and psychological support to address the complex origins of narcissism. Lie number 6: narcissism is untreatable. Although altering deep-seated personality traits can be demanding, therapies such as cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavior therapy offer hope in guiding individuals with narcissistic tendencies toward healthier thinking and behaviors. Contrary to popular belief, research and clinical experiences have shown that narcissistic traits can be addressed with the right interventions. While completely changing one's personality is challenging, therapeutic approaches aim to modify harmful behaviors and thought patterns. Cognitive behavioral therapy focuses on recognizing and altering negative thought patterns that contribute to narcissistic behavior. It assists individuals in developing empathy, emotional regulation, and healthier ways of interacting with others. Dialectical behavior therapy, on the other hand, emphasizes mindfulness, distress tolerance, and interpersonal effectiveness. This can equip individuals with the skills needed to navigate relationships more effectively and manage their emotional reactions. It's important to acknowledge that progress may be gradual, and therapy's success largely depends on an individual's willingness to engage and change. With dedication and support, individuals can learn to understand the root causes of their behavior and work towards healthier ways of relating to the world. Lie number 7: we're all narcissistic. While some degree of self-interest is normal, it's crucial to differentiate between healthy self-esteem and the complex traits associated with narcissism. True that a healthy level of self-esteem is essential for our well-being. It helps us maintain confidence and resilience. However, true narcissism goes beyond this. It involves a consistent pattern of self-centeredness, lack of empathy, and manipulation. Narcissistic traits can vary greatly in intensity, and not everyone exhibits them. While we all have moments of self-focus, true narcissistic behavior is marked by an excessive need for attention, constant validation, and a disregard for others' feelings. Labeling everyone as narcissistic oversimplifies a complex psychological trait. Understanding the distinctions helps us foster healthier relationships and promotes personal growth. These dangerous lies about narcissism lead people to misinterpret or overlook the disorder, to excuse and enable the behaviors that accompany it, and to miss or dismiss its impact. When we fail to acknowledge the destructive reality of narcissism, our families, institutions, and society at large suffer. We become inured to the patterns of abuse and fail to oppose it, or, even worse, we gaslight and abandon the victims. By recognizing and acknowledging that narcissism is pervasive even in our own families and communities, that it stems from insecure attachment, that it is intentionally masked, that it shows up at all levels of society, and that it induces debilitating trauma in those around it, we can create interventions to help prevent its emergence, protect and support family members, and safeguard our social groups and institutions. We hope you find these tips to be helpful, and remember to like and subscribe.